Hi, hello, how are you guys? It has been a week and today is literally Monday. I am sick, that's why I'm not at school. Literally have one of those fizzy immune boosting things in water. Cheers, but I need to film this video regardless. I was gonna film it after school, but seeing as I'm not at school, I might as well film it right now. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna go get my book. Seeing as it is 2025, I realized that a lot of people are the way that I used to be towards writing, where they felt like imposter syndrome and as if they could never do it. So that's why I decided this year I'm going to be making a series, and it's gonna be a write a book with me series. So I'm gonna be sharing my journey and my experience, and we're gonna get to doing it together. So this is my second ever novel that I am writing, and so we're just gonna do it together. So if you are a writer or a reader or someone who just wants to have fun or experiment or do anything of the sorts, welcome. I hope you stay. I hope you enjoy. So grab a drink, let's sit down, and let's talk about the series. So we're going to have a little introduction. And then I'm going to go into the first thing that we are going to do to start our project, to start our book. Anyways, let's get into the introduction. Cheers. Okay. So this series is going to be 11 parts. So we're first going to start off with brainstorming. That is today's little episode. Then we're going to start planning, like doing structured planning. Then we're going to start the first draft. Then we're going to write the first draft. And then we're going to finish the first draft. After that, we're going to be taking a break. Then we're going to start with our first round of revisions. Then we're going to have a break and send it to beta readers. And then we're going to do the second round of revisions. And then we're going to pass it to an editor. And then we're going to get it published. That is the order that I used with my book that is coming out now in April. And as far as I know, it seems to have worked. I know, like, me reading that out to you probably made you feel so overwhelmed. But we're gonna get through it together. It is a long, lengthy process, but if your heart is in it, you can do it. Like, I promise you, you can do it. Don't even use the excuse you're too busy. I have swimming 3 times a week. I have gym once a week. The only times that I don't have anything, like, in the week is on a Tuesday. Tuesdays are my only free days. And then, like, a Wednesday in between school and swimming. So don't say that you're too busy, because I promise you, you can do it. I did it during school, during exams, during the holidays. I did it, and I'm sure you can too. So if you have ever thought or dreamt of writing or publishing or doing anything of the sorts, welcome. And I hope you stay. I hope you stick around, because it's going to be so much fun. Anyways, let's get on to brainstorming. Okay, so brainstorming. This is where we come up with our idea. The handy dandy MacBook. So where can you grasp inspiration? I wonder where. So you can be a writer and not a reader, which is completely fine. So you can get inspiration by watching TV shows, by reading, by Pinterest. Literally, there's so many places. You can search online for a prompt. You can take a prompt from real life. My first book, Everything I Wish We Can Be, was actually taken from real life. And the plot twist wasn't there. The plot twist, I listened to a song and I was like, I should include this as a thing in my book, because like I can envision it properly. So honestly, there's so many things that you can take from. You can take from books, you can take from real life. Like, it's like putting on a theater or creating an original script. You are essentially creating a story. So literally, I take drama for my IGCSEs. I'm taking drama. So literally, let's see if it actually has it. It doesn't say much, but basically, like, finding a stimuli, I don't even know, but finding one of those that can be taking inspiration from a song, from real life occurrences. There's so many places you can find inspiration. For me, I took Everything I Wish We Could Be from real life and from songs and from movies and the people around me. And honestly, it was so fun. and I did it. Like I'm getting my beta reader feedback back this week, and then I start with my next round of revisions. So that's where I'm at in my current project, but obviously I'm going to be working on this new project with you guys. I've already started the brainstorming process, so I'm going to show you guys what that kind of looks like. All the clips from I think it was a few weeks ago, but this is basically where I took a night and I went through Pinterest. So I found Pinterest to grasp the vision. I wrote down my characters and I brainstormed my characters and the kind of vibe I want for my characters. If I had anything that I was set on, I wrote it down on paper and stuff during class time. If I got inspiration or if I got a scene idea, I would write it down. I also just outlined the plot a bit, which is like, you don't have to do that, but yeah. So the first thing you're gonna do once you get your idea is note down. Grab a piece of paper and note down any ideas, thoughts, scenes you have. This is not writing scenes, well, it could be writing scenes depending on what you want. Literally grab a piece of paper, give yourself 30 minutes to an hour, well, it could just be 10 minutes, and write down every single thing that you think about for this project, your vision for this project, essentially. And if you need help, well, yeah. So what you're going to want to do is grab a piece of paper, 5 to 10 minutes or half an hour to an hour, it doesn't matter. Just write down all of your thoughts, everything you want for this project, what kind of genre, like literally anything that comes to mind that you want this project to be, write it down. Write it down, get it down on the page. Doesn't matter if it's non-aesthetic, doesn't matter, just get it down. Get it down, guys. That's all you have to do, is just get it down. And then once you're done with that, you can kind of figure out the playlist and listen to a playlist. So what I do is I listen to a playlist and I put on Pinterest on my laptop, and I have my author Pinterest account, and so I go on there and I find inspiration, I find photos, I find anything that kind of correlates with the idea for my book, and I add that. I create a Pinterest board. This is currently what my Pinterest is looking like. Like, this is the vibes that we are wanting, and this can help you to inspire scenes and just overall things like that. So I say you can spend a day brainstorming, you can spend a week brainstorming, a month, it doesn't matter, but get all your ideas, everything down on paper, and then use Pinterest to your advantage. Pinterest and playlists will be godsend to you, okay? It should be. Anyways, the next thing you are going to be doing is you are going to have a Google Doc. You're either going to have a Google Doc or you're going to, well, I like having a Google Doc because I can always access it. I can always type it. So I like having a Google Doc. You can just write it down on paper and have a file, but I prefer having it on Google Docs. Anytime I have inspiration to write a scene, whether that's in class or anywhere, I will either write it on my Google Doc or I'll take a piece of paper out. I will write the scene and then I will put it onto this Google Doc, and I've organized the Google Doc so that it's in order of chain of events. But I have the title name, or you can even call it untitled. If you don't have a title yet, that's completely fine. And you're just gonna put brain dump. Like, it could be untitled brain dump, or it could be new book brain dump, or it could be like the actual name that you're thinking to have for your book, brain dump. And all that is just like little scenes, lines, quotes that you have, like ideas like that. And then like literally the last thing I have is like literally that I wrote was the backstory. So the backstories of the countries, literally any ideas that you have, write it down. Like, write it down. I have scenes in here. I have, this is fiction but also reality for some people, like lines, quotes, anything that comes to mind, write down on paper, put it on your Google Doc, or have a file with all your papers in it. Just make sure that it's easily organized and easily accessible to you. The idea. So idea, you can look around you, figure it out, but you could always ask Google for a prompt. So get the idea. That's the first thing you're gonna do, is you're gonna grab the idea. Okay, The second thing you are going to do once you've got your idea is you are going to take 5 to 10 minutes to write down everything that comes to mind, everything you want for this book, literally anything. You're going to write that down on a piece of paper. Number 3 is you are going to make a Pinterest board and listen to some music. You can make a playlist if you want to, or you can just find one on Spotify, like with reading a fantasy, writing a fantasy, like that kind of thing. And then you play the music and you find the photos on Pinterest, you get ideas, you just make a Pinterest board. I promise you, it'll be so fun and amazing, and I love Pinterest, so use Pinterest to your advantage. And then the fourth thing you are going to do is you're going to have a brain dump, either document or file, where you will write down scenes. Like, you can do full-on scenes, you can do quotes, anything that you want incorporated into your project. If you want the backstory, anything that's going to be incorporated into your project, put it on the brain dump document or in the file. And that's as far as you need to get for brainstorming. Is you need to figure out the idea, you need to figure out the vibe, you need to figure out your characters and like the vibe you want for your characters and who you kind of want your characters to be, and then you just want to figure out what the main plot line is. So just little plot points. It doesn't have to be a whole detailed thing. It just has to be, if you're summarizing your story to somebody, what are the main points that you're going to be mentioning to them if you're explaining your whole plot in a summary. So hold on, let's grab a book that I can remember. Trying to look. Okay. Let's take Fourth Wing, for example. How would I summarize Fourth Wing? I would summarize it by, like, just bullet points. I would say, girl gets put into a dangerous dragon riding academy. Okay? I haven't read this book actually in so long. I was busy with my reread of it. Guy at school wants to kill her. Was roommate want to kill her? Weird tension. Trains, but fails. Goes into, I forgot what it is, but it's like the obstacle course, and then they go up thing, and she somehow makes it out alive. Then I'd say dragon choosings. She gets chosen by 2 dragons and gets told to stay with the guy that wants to kill her. She's highly confused. They get bonded together through their dragons, and then she grows closer to him. They develop a relationship, and then I forgot what happens. But somehow they end up together, and the Griffins are there. The betrayal of Xaden. And then after that, the ending is she wakes up. And then Xaden's 2 chapters. So, like, you're not telling me every single little detail about the book. You're just telling me the main points of the book. And I'm sorry if I butchered that. It's been a while, but that's the only book that I can really remember. That book is, like, ingrained in my brain. Besides Powerless. Powerless is also my baby, but not going to spoil that for you guys. You should go read Powerless anyways. So with Fourth Wing, that's kind of basically all you're gonna do. Just the main plot points or the main things that you want for the book, and that's all you're gonna do for this brainstorming part. And then come back for the next video, which we'll be planning, and it'll be how we take all of this information from our brain dump that we have done and we put it into a more structured form so that we can begin writing our first draft. I hope you guys are gonna stick around for this series. I'm so excited for it. I'll also be doing little mini videos on my TikTok, so please go follow me on there. I'll have it up on the screen. I am so excited. Oh, also my Instagram from my author account. I will be posting all my updates on my books there, so if you want to figure that out, go there. I hope you guys stick around. I hope you join the journey with me, and I hope that 2025 is the year that you write your next or your first novel. And I'm so thankful for you guys sticking along. Cheers, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah. Love you all.